Hi peeps, Bear back again. Well, here we go. That's our second live stream session done yesterday evening. That was at Thursday, 12th of January at 8 o'clock UK time. So we're going to bring you back the results of how we did in that one. We'll show you the cumulative results because we've had two live streams and one session basically off the stream. And we'll show you how we're doing with the Bear Bankroll Zoom Challenge. Okay, so yesterday it was a winning session, which was cool. We got 1,500 hands, just over 1,500 hands out there. We won just over two big blinds. Got off to a little bit of a shaky start. Nothing dramatic. We took a bit of a hit here. A couple of indifferent hands. A few hands yesterday I wasn't too happy with when I think about it. But remember, this is Zoom. It's fast. It's quick. You know, you're going to make mistakes. The key is to try and reduce the number of mistakes you make in the session. So there's a few areas where a little bit loose at times. A couple of indifferent calls. But like I say, if you will make mistakes. It's impossible to not play a home Zoom session, you know, a whole Zoom session without making a mistake. But the key is to make the number of mistakes lower and try and extract as much value as you can from these big fat tuners. Okay, so on that note, another profitable session, which is cool. Okay, results wise, as you can see, it's there. And what we'll do is we will look at this here, and we'll look at the top two hands where we won the most and the top two hands where we lost the most, and just have a quick chit chat about that. And then I'm going to tell you about the supper giveaways we've got going at the moment, so all of you can get involved. So let's have a look. So let's look at the one we lost the most on. Ace Jack. Yeah, I remember this one. Before I even go into it, I do remember this one vividly. Just put that on big screen. Fingers crossed that's not too big. Yeah, you should be able to see all that. I'll just shrink it a little bit actually. Sorry about this. Make it a little easier for you. I'll just keep to the parameters of the recording area. Like that. Okay, so we got a Ace Jack here suited. It's decent. We're on the button. We got a raise. We call, which is fine. I've got no issues with that. Then there's a squeeze here from somebody who I know is loose. Okay, so I know this guy's pretty loose and he will put squeezes in. So we get a caller. Absolutely, in my opinion, zero wrong here. Calling in position. We still have near enough a full stack. There's $23 here. There's $21 here. Folding here would be just ridiculously tight, and a three-way spot in position. So it's an auto call. Okay, no issue there. We then hit what is technically a really potentially good flop for us. 10, 4, deuce with two clubs. Okay, and I've got the nut flush draw with two overs. Now there's an argument here. Watch this. When he c-bets and we get a caller, there is an argument here to jamming. Alright, there's 755 in the middle. I jam here. I got two overs, not flush draw. I don't think it would actually be bad to jam here. I really don't. The more I think about this, it's a great hand. But instead I elect to call, which again, in position, it's not bad. So we call. And part of the reason for calling here is the guy's 3-bet. He's put in a decent c-bet after 3-betting out of position. Okay, if he's got overs, it's a snap call. So if this guy's got jacks, queens, kings, aces, he's snap calling here. And against kings and queens, you know, I'm not in terrible shape. Aces is not ideal. But, you know, I've still got $7 behind. I can still get away from the hand on the turn if I miss, okay? We miss. However, we get more outs. We've got a gutter in there as well. So we've got 3 more outs technically with our overs on top of that. So, it's $9.65. I've got $7, right? He's got 21 behind. There's 19 there. And he checks. And Saw here bets 406. Now, really, I don't have. I mean, I'm getting what, 3-1 here on my money, and if Ox calls here, I'm getting even more. Do you know what I'm saying? And Ox could call because there's $15 there. So calling it's either all in or fold. So it really goes back to the flop. Is should I just jammed it on the flop? And the more I look at this, the more I prefer jamming flop and going for it with that nice draw. But here I've got more outs, 3 more technically outs to this. I may lose one of those outs if these guys are holding clubs as well. And it's like, oh, what a horrible spot. So I gamble here. Okay, I gamble and I just get it in. Alright? And I'm looking at this and, I'm looking at, well, if he's got a 10, I've got technically, 15 outs almost, easy. So, I got 9 there to the clubs if he hasn't got any clubs. I got 3 aces. But there again, that ace may not be good if he's holding ace 10. It's just a horrible spot. And again, it comes back to the flop. So I just get it in anyway. Ox goes away, which reduces the odds even more with regards to, the money in the pot, if you know what I mean. Obviously, Sore goes in. 2 comes. Board pairs. No good to me. It's the wrong colour. And he turns over jacks. So, on the flop, if I jam, he gets it all in. What state am I in on the flop if I get it all in? I'm not actually I'm not that badly off, to be brutally honest. Oh, sorry, my mouse is stuck here. Give me a sec. And when I look at it on the flop, jacks, he's always going to get it in. Where am I on that? I'm probably slightly behind, but it's pretty close to a coin flip. Maybe only a couple of percentage points behind. So that's where, when I look at this in hindsight, I'm thinking, with the stacks there, just jamming flop, possibly the best play with that hand. Although flatting's fine and giving up turn, it's fine as well, because what odds have I got here on the turn? Let me just try and work this out for you, okay? Because on the turn, I'm 34%. I was getting 3 to 1. It's just crap, you know what I mean? It's a horrible spot, and that's why maybe just pumping it on the flop would have been maybe been an easier scenario for us. So there you go. That was one of the top losses there in the hand. Next one was the Queen. This one was pretty pukements, I have to say. We get a raise here out in mid position. I'm on the button, standard 3-bet obviously, and we get squeezed here by Argentina. And again, a loose player. He folds, and I'm thinking, well, do I want to jam this pre, right, or do I want to call this? This is a great hand. If he's loose and I jam here, he may call me with something like ace king. Obviously aces and kings snap call. At the same time, he may well be squeezing, and he has done this before. So I don't want to scare away my customer. I got a great hand here, and I can play him in position because I know he'll barrel off. So I elect in this particular occasion, with Zeus getting out of the hand, just to call. I can jam here as well, but if he's squeezing and he's got a shitty hand or a mediocre hand, then I'm losing my customer. So in this particular occasion, I like to call this to play him in position with a great hand. I flopped good, in my opinion, 449. It's 592. And again, if he has got ace X, right, with a paired board, like ace 10, ace jack, ace 9, for example, he's getting it all in here. I don't think he's going to fold with a paired board. He's going to gamble with these 2 overs. King, queen could easily go for it as well. So there's 592 in the middle. He's only got 720. By me calling here, he's to act first. He's got to c-bet that flop. Do you know what I mean? And the old philosophy is no ace, no king on the flop with queens. We're getting it in here. Do you know what I mean? So he's got to c-bet this, and he does. So we get what we want. We've played it in position. I don't think it's bad pre-flop, especially with our read on our opponent here. And obviously we get it in. So we put the guy to the test, right? He's only got 420 left. Any overs here, in my opinion, he's probably going to say, screw it, I'm going to go for it. Any pair snaps me off. And if he's got the miracle 4 or 2 9s, aces, kings, then it's just poker, you know what I mean? So he does indeed do what we expected. A 5 comes out on the turn. We go, cool, that's fine. And then of all cards, the one I didn't want to see on the river is a king. It was pukements, ace, king, and that's just gross. That's just really unlucky. I think we played it fine. I don't see any issues in the play there. It's just pishy luck when that happens. There's not a lot you can do there. So that was our top 2 losses, which is a bit of a bitch. Our top 2 wins, we'll bring that up for you just now. And here we go. I'll just resize this so you can all see it a little bit better for you. So we've got Congolinos, which is tasty. And we won 12 bucks in this pot, so just over a buy-in. So we raise and we get a small 3-bet here on the button. 17 bucks behind him, okay? And I don't know if I had much of a read on this player. I cannot remember. Anyway, I like to put a little 3-bet in. He's deep enough, so if he's got pairs, ace something, whatever, I'd expect him, even with drawing cards, you know, like suited connects, whatever, I still expect him to call that bet, okay? Minimum. And if he 4-bets it, well, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But with kings, I'm never folding. So he calls. And the board is 4, 5, 7, pretty connected, okay? We have a king of clubs as insurance in the back door, so second up flush, so, you know. So we lead out 151. I don't think anything wrong with that. He calls. The 8 comes. Potentially a very scare card here, okay? Because, you know, lo and behold, if he's got 6s in the hole, then that's just bullshit, you know what I mean? He could have a set here. But I remember speaking on the tables at the time, and I'm thinking, no, my read on this guy is he's got overs. He's got overs to that board, right? And I'm 99.9% certain. I said that at the time. I'm confident this guy's got overs like maybe 10s or jacks, something like that. He's got overs to my kings, okay? So I bet out again, and he dumps all in here, and I'm like, I don't believe it for 1 minute. I genuinely believe he's got overs here. I'm obviously, with only 6 bucks behind, I'm calling this off. So that bet on the turn, because I could easily have checked that. Do you know what I mean? I could have easily pussied out of that one and gone for a check jam there. But if he's got overs, I don't think he's folding here. I think he's going to just call me off. So he gets it in. Fine. We call it. And I think, well, you know, show me a set or a pair of 6s and I'll just puke. We get it in. River comes a queen, and I'm thinking, no queen. And there he is, he has jacks. So the read was right at the time, so I was really pleased with that, because I do remember saying that in the stream. I'm damn sure he's got overs to my, and my kings are good there. So that was a tasty $12. And this one we got a pair of 8s, man. 8s. So let's bring this one up here. Put these puppies up here. So we're in the small blind, and we 3-bet the button raiser. Okay. We get a call from the big blind, which is interesting. And the button goes away. So we're heads up here with a pair of 8s. And then we hit the daddy, you know. We hit the set. The only problem is it's 2 diamonds out there, and it's very connected, 7, 8, 9. So we put in half a pot bet, and he immediately bangs it in. And I'm pretty confident, remember seeing this and saying, well, look, if you got it, man, you got it. Flush draw, fine. I'm getting it in here with my set. You got a straight option, you know, like 10 jack or something like that. Then, if you've got the mid straight, then good on you. But I'll be most pissed. I think it's when he spots where it's just get it in. You know what I mean? He's showing a lot of strength here. There's no way he's raising and folding that, so it's just punted in. And hope our 8s hold. So in he goes. 6 comes, I'm like, sod off, man. Not a 10, you know, because you could see, you know, a 9, 10 or something stupid like that getting involved there. But then the river pairs, and we're going, that's a full house, man. Full house. And it's like, to the piggy bank, and he shows ace 9. So, you know, you got a raise, a 3-bet, and a call from the big blind with ace 9. And I think that's that's a mistake pre-flop. I certainly, on a raise and 3-bet, would not be calling ace 9 there. If my opponent's 3-betting here, and I know he's pretty loose and he'll try and push back on the button, then I would be 4-betting ace 9 in that spot, decent to try and get me to fold, because, you know, raise 3-bet and a 4-bet here, 8s are looking exceptionally dodgy, and unless we're super heavy stacked, like, you know, we're sitting here with like 3 buy-ins each, then me calling a 4-bet there with 8s would be highly skeptical. Do you know what I mean? So I don't like the ace 9 call here. I think that's a mistake, and he gets himself into a world of hurt thinking his top pair's good there, and he makes a move and then calls the jam. So thank you, Mr. Fish. I will take that. So there you go. That's the top 2 hands of the day. Top 2 winning, top 2 losing. Let us have a wee look at where we are on the chart. So that's where we were just in yesterday's session. Let's look, since we started the Zoom Bankroll Challenge, how we're getting on. So there's the sessions we have played. There's only 2 hands in that, so really it's only 4 sessions as such. We're up 5.7 buy-ins. Graph-wise, running better than EV a little bit. It should be about 44. We're on about 56, or like 1 buy-in over EV. But overall, we've been doing pretty well. So in the last week, up 5.6 buy-ins. Congress of that, we'll keep playing along with that. And just to give you a wee summary, we've also been getting a little bit of great stuff with the Bear Spin the Wheel bonus. Wheel of Fortune. And yeah, yesterday was an interesting one where Sinner won a crate of Stella. Nice one, man. I'm trying to remember what else I gave away. I think it was a $3 spin and go, which Bear lost one, then I won one. And then there was a bit of a confusion in the chat because I've got this tiny little monitor next to my main monitor. All these boxes that are open when I'm streaming was a wee bit confusing, and I missed Nightbot picking one of the guys. I think it was Metagames. So sorry about that, Metagames. We fixed it. I've managed to contact him afterwards, and because he got Sinner's spin, even though I rolled the wheel again to get, and he actually won the spin and go one, I've just matched what I gave to Sinner, so he's got technically a crate of Stella. So Bear gave away 2 crates of Stella yesterday. Jesus Christ, man. Last week, Rootsy Baby won 50% of a $30 spin and go. On here, our top price is $50, and what I've said is, if I get the first $50 in donations in these streams right now, as soon as I get that $50, I'm going to bung it on to the wheel to take the jackpot from 50 to 100 bucks. And then every week, I'm going to put a percentage of all donations on that wheel so that jackpot goes up and up and up and up. So, not only am I going to have fun playing poker, I'm going to make it fun for you guys. We'll have at least 3 spins on that wheel every stream session. It's there. There's lots of tasty stuff. Frog was licking his lips looking at that stuff there as well, man. So he's definitely going to be in there. So please come along and join in on the Zoom stream. It's good fun. And if I don't immediately answer back to you in the chat, please note it's very simple. It's because I've got all these windows open and I might not see it. So write in capital letters, Bear, you blind bastard. Wake up and reply back to me. Alright, because I will get back to you eventually. Alright. So on that note, people, hope you enjoy the update there. We're doing well. We're up 5 odd buy-ins, which is a decent start to this. And we'll be back with the next live stream on Monday. Let me check. It should be on the calendar anyway. You can check on the events on the stream. It tells you beneath when the schedule is. That'll be Monday the 16th at 8 o'clock. We will be back live streaming again. So, on that note, take care. See you at the tables. Bye now.